My CO2 cloud doesn't look like your guys' videos, us, CryoFX. Why is that? Number one factor, something is probably not set up like we set up in our videos. Either there's one tank to one hose to one jet, or a different type of configuration, but it's probably not 3 tanks to one hose to one jet. And I'm not going to explain why that's important on this video. There's a link in the description and of course another video on this page that explains just that. It's called CO2 Flow Explained. CryoFX. Watch that video. I'll do a good job of explaining in that video. But another reason is temperature and humidity. So temperature and humidity play a huge part in what your output looks like with CO2 special effects. And of course, nitrogen special effects as well. The higher the temperature and the less humidity, the less effect you're going to be getting. The lower the temperature, the higher the humidity, the more abundant your effect is going to be. And let me tell you why. In layman's terms, it comes down to this. When the liquid CO2 comes out of the pressurized system, whether it's a valve or a handheld apparatus, what's happening is that conversion from liquid to gas ultimately freezes the humidity molecules in the air. Those humidity molecules freeze, and when they freeze, you can't see through them. It looks white. Think of an ice cube. Water you can see through, but if it turns into ice, it has that white tint to it. This is super layman's terms, so any of you experts out there that have a chemical engineering degree or something like that, don't bash me in the video, please. Just had to throw that out there. No, seriously though, this is part of what happens. So I'm telling truth here, and more importantly, why wouldn't I, right? Anyways, I want you to know why this is important, because if you know why, you know how to fix it. So higher temperatures, lower humidity, you're not going to get as much of an output. But the way to combat that is either to add humidity into the air around where you're putting the CO2 out, or to add more tanks onto the system. This might not add the most abundant fix to that problem, but it definitely will help. We've done research and development in-house before, and we do have videos that do confirm this. Therefore, if you're not getting any output out of your CO2, well, what's probably happening is there's an issue with the tank, or there's an issue with the wrong type of tank, the tank's empty, and something else, and I don't want to tell you that's something else because you got to watch that video. It's on this page. But that should address why your CO2 cloud doesn't look like the ones in CryoFX videos. And I'm going to save this for last because it's kind of gross, but it's actually matter of fact. Why some of the CO2 videos of nightclubs look so good is because there's so many people in there and they're sweating, and yes, they're super gross. But what does that do? It releases more humidity into the air, regardless if that temperature is high or low. There's a lot of humidity in there, and that's why it looks so good. Unless you've actually seen a liquid nitrogen system, which the liquid nitrogen literally whites out the entire room. Different effect, similar effect, different medium, but that's why it probably doesn't look like that. So I hope that answered your questions on this video. Thank you for watching, and this is CryoFX.